Good day everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn how to make meat pie. In this video we're going to teach you one method of making meat pie with which you can either bake your meat pie, fry your meat pie, or freeze your meat pie. I'm quite sure that a lot of you are anticipating the video to start with the dough, but bear with me as we're going to start with the fillings. First I'm going to parboil my mincemeat. As you can see, I'm adding my spices, seasoning, soy sauce, chili sauce, and spring onions. You can use normal onion, spring onions, and then I'll mix them together, and then I'll add some water, and I'll parboil it for 5 to 10 minutes. As we're done with our mincemeat, we're going to move on to our potatoes. We're going to peel our potatoes, wash them, and cut them into small or tiny pieces. Then we will boil our potatoes for 10 to 15 minutes. Now we are going to make our fillings. First we'll sauté some onions, grinded chili or ataruhu. We'll add sweet pepper or green pepper, whichever one is available. And then we'll add our seasoning, that is our salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and then our Maggi, which is the popular seasoning in Nigeria. After that, we're going to add our parboiled mincemeat, and then we'll give it a turn. We are going to test at this point if we are quite alright with the test. Then we're going to add our boiled potatoes. After adding our boiled potatoes, we are going to mix flour and water, and then we'll add it to the mixture. The reason why we are adding this flour and water mixture is we don't want our fillings to be dry, so that we'll have that juiciness. Finally, we're going to make our dough. You can either make the dough first, then the fillings, or you can do it the other way around. We'll start by sieving our flour. We're going to sieve 3 cups of flour. As you can see, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm sieving a complete cup, because you have to know how to measure for you to get the ingredients accurately. Then I will add milk, salt, sugar, baking powder, and then I'm just adding the dry ingredients at this point. And next I'm going to add my egg, complete egg and egg whites, and then I'll add half of the butter, or at least 2/3 of the butter that I'm going to use for this recipe. You can see we have a lot on the list, so keeping a list beside you while making meat pie would help. So after adding all these ingredients, I'm going to use my hand to mix them together. I'll get like a wet crumb. After getting that like a wet crumb, I'm going to add water, and then I'll start kneading. From now on, we're going to knead for about 5 minutes until the dough comes together. If you have a mixer, you can alternate this process with a mixer, but as you can see, I'm teaching you how to do it with hand, even though I have a mixer. So after kneading, you're going to get a flat surface like a cutting board, or I'm using my kitchen marble. Just clean it, and then you start kneading. You flatten the dough, and then you take the other 1/3 remainder of your butter and put them in and put the pieces on the dough, and then you keep kneading. After putting the butter, you might notice that your dough is coming apart. Do not panic. Just sprinkle the dough with a little bit of flour, and then you keep kneading. You are going to do this process for at least another 5 minutes, making up 15 minutes of kneading time, and then you keep it to rest for like 10 to 15 minutes. After that, you're going to get a cling film, and then you knead the dough again. Just look at how I'm poking the dough. The dough is soft. We are just looking for the softness. Then you roll the dough into a log and then cut it into pieces like balls, and then you sprinkle it with flour, and then you're going to use your fingertips to flatten the balls, and then use your rolling pin to flatten it into a cycle. At this stage, you can either use your meat pie cutter, or you can use your hands to make to shape your meat pie. Just make sure to mix flour and water and put it at the edge so that your meat pie will not open up. It is better to use baking paper, but if you don't have baking paper, you can use foil paper. Just make sure to grease the foil paper. At this stage that you are arranging your meat pie, make sure to preheat your oven at 160, and then you crack 1 egg, and then use it to egg wash so that your meat pie will not dry, and then you bake at 170 for 25 minutes, or bake for 10 minutes at 160. Bring it out of the oven. You can freeze it. This is your frozen meat pie, or you can fry it after baking for 10 minutes. As you can see, this is our frozen meat pie that we are frying. So, and this is the result you are going to get. it's not going to be oily, because the amount of butter we used in this recipe is just right and the best. And this is the excess or the cutout that we got. You can knead it again and use it. The dough is not going to harden as we have put butter in the recipe. And this is our recipe and the ingredients. Thank you for trusting us. See you next time. Don't forget to like and click on the subscribe button. Thank you.